Are you ready to start your own business, but you don't know how to create an LLC? Well, you're in luck. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down step by step how to create an LLC. I made this guide for you to walk you through the process from choosing a name to getting every essential document the business needs to perform, function, and get business credit or business funding for your LLC. So this structure is going to help you guys have everything to the T and make sure you're properly structured when you go into an institution asking for credit. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. First things first, when getting an LLC is you're going to want to choose a name, and you want to select a professional name like Heater Enterprises LLC. Use words like enterprises, operations, media, or consulting. You don't want it to look suspicious or have a high risk name on your LLC. For example, credit repair, financial services, health and wellness. Health and wellness is high risk just because the nature of the business. It could mean that you're creating supplements or things that are just high risk like alcohol, anything of that nature. You don't want to put that as a name for your LLC. You want to keep it low key. Like if somebody looks at your name, they really don't even know what you do. You have to tell them what you do. Like if you have a name like Bottle Enterprises, nobody knows what you do unless they ask you and you tell them. So that's the first step. The second step is going to be getting a secure phone number. So when setting up a phone number for your business, I recommend two things: either getting a toll-free business line through Freedom Voice. The first 30 days that you get with Freedom Voice is going to be free. And then after that, they'll charge you either $5 to $10 depending on the line that you get, if I remember correctly. So that's a pretty cheap offering that they have. You simply just have to pay like $10 a month to have your business phone number. And it's going to be an app on your phone where you can get calls and it'll direct it to your phone number. And when somebody texts you, it's going to pop up in the app. And when you call somebody, it's going to show up as the Freedom Voice number. It's not going to show up as your phone number. So that's a very good thing with Freedom Voice. And another recommendation is either just getting a mobile number through Mint Mobile. And I didn't put it here on the slide, but you can also go with Verizon Business. With Mint Mobile, it's cheaper. I think the minimum you can pay is like $15 a month, and you can just simply add another mobile number to your phone. So you'll just have your personal number and your business number on one phone if you want to do it the cheapest. If you guys want to go out and maybe go to Verizon, like I was saying, you guys can get a business credit phone line with Verizon, and they'll probably get you a phone and they can put a number on it. So you'll have a separate phone for your business and your personal. So that's what you guys want to do. It's going to be, of course, it's going to be more costly. You're going to have another phone payment every month as well as the plan every month. So it's going to be more costly than just getting a simple Freedom Voice or Mint Mobile line on your current phone. The next thing is you're going to want to establish a business address. So you're either going to want to use a physical or virtual business address through services like Alliance or Regis. If you guys already have like a business address where you actually conduct business out from, like a dealership or a dentist office, that you actually already have a business address, of course, you're going to want to use that. If you have more of like an online business or a business where you're just doing it from your home, then you can go ahead and hit up Alliance or Regis to get a business virtual address. And the good thing about these two recommendations, they're a little bit more on the costly side, but if you guys want to structure correctly, I really recommend these two because you can see the office location, and they have a lot of office locations all throughout the US and even internationally. If you guys are trying to set up something internationally, you simply just have to register online, and they'll give you like a portal where you can access all your services, and then you can also walk into the office and pick up your mail. So I recommend it being sort of close to where you live, where you can go in the office and pick up your mail whenever you want. So that's going to be my recommendation for virtual business addresses. And this is very important when it comes to getting credit for your LLC because they know you're structured correctly and they know you have everything for your business separate than your personal. So let's go ahead and continue. Next, we're going to want to focus on getting our online presence set up completely. So this involves getting a domain and website, business email, and a logo. For the domain and website, we're going to want to purchase a domain from GoDaddy or Namecheap. If you don't know what a domain is, it's basically like the actual like name of your website on top when you search it up. So like if you go to a website like Netflix, their domain is netflix.com. It's what you search up and type into the search bar that you get that directs you to the website. That's the domain. And then the website, which is going to be separate, is you can create a website using, what I recommend is just using Google Sites because it's free and there's no maintenance. It has all the good security that you need, and you simply can redirect the Google Sites page that you make to the domain that you buy very, very easily. So that's what I recommend that you guys do. Or if you want to get another provider, just use Wix. They'll basically use AI to make the website for you. You'll simply just tell them what you do for business, and they'll go step by step asking you questions, and they'll set up a site for you pretty fast and pretty easily. The only thing about Wix is they've gotten expensive over the years. I think now they charge like $20 or $25 a month just to maintain the website. So if you guys want to do it for free, very easily, I highly recommend Google Sites. That's a bar that not a lot of people are talking about. So that's a gem that I just gave you guys right there. Another gem for the business email is either using Google Suite, so Google Mail, Microsoft 360 Mail, or Zoho Mail. I've never tried Zoho. I'm going to try it very soon when I set up another LLC soon. And I've heard that it's free to get one business address with Zoho Mail, and you can tie it to your domain. So if your domain is johnnysmithenterprises.com, you can tie your email to that. So you can do john@johnnysmithenterprises.com, and it looks professional because you're tying it to your domain. So Zoho Mail, I think it's free. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it's free to set up a business email to tie it to your domain. Finally, a logo. You're going to just want a logo that you can put on your website, and it just looks a little bit more professional. If you want to make business cards, you can use that logo there. And I would recommend using services like Fiverr, OpenArt.ai, or Canva. I simply just use either ChatGPT to make my stuff or Canva to like sort of make it on my own and make something very simple. On Canva, they already have some logo designs there that you can copy and change the letters to fit your business name. So I highly recommend Canva to make your logo. Next, we're going to talk about the juicy stuff, the stuff that most people don't really talk about, and that is the legal formation. So the first thing you're going to actually want to do with the nitty gritty of actually forming the LLC is incorporating it in a specific state. So you're going to file LLC paperwork with your state's Secretary of State or using Busy. So actually, before I get into how you're going to file it, let's talk about the state that you do it in. Of course, there's different states that you can file your LLC in, and it's all going to depend on your business needs and where you live. So I live in Georgia. I have one business that's registered in Georgia because I do most of my business from Georgia. I'm technically my own registered agent, and I have a registered office here. So it's just simpler for me to go drive to the office and pick up mail. Another LLC that I have, I actually registered it in New Mexico because it's very cheap to register LLCs there. It's only $50 and no annual fees for the LLC. So that LLC will be alive until I'm alive, or I pass it down to somebody else and then it'll continue to still be alive. It's active in perpetuity. So you pay the fee once, $50, and it's always active as long as you maintain the registered agent and all of the business aspects. You maintain it, the business is going to be active, and you don't even have to pay any fees. So that's why I set one up there. But the thing I'm running into is the mail. Whenever I get mail there, I have to pay them to send me the mail, and I really don't like that. So what I recommend for you guys is trying to find if you're going to register outside of the state that you live in, try to find a very good registered agent that can handle all of your business needs. So I'm going to get into that later in the video, but make sure you choose a state that works for you. And once you choose a state, you're going to want to file it with the Secretary of State. You can do that for free. There's not going to be a fee except for the state fee to file in that state. For example, in Georgia, it's $100 to file an LLC. In Florida, it's $129. Every state has different fees, so you have to make sure to look at that. Also, if you want to use a different site, like Busy is the one I recommend because you can see all of your LLCs in one sign-in. They are going to charge you. There's going to be like 3 different plans that you can do. You can do like basically the free plan where they're going to do everything for you, and they're going to charge you only the state fee, the mandatory fee that you have to pay even if you set it up yourself or not. And then there's other plans like, they'll get their EIN for you, or they get something else. You don't need to do any of that because I'm going to show you guys where you can get your EIN for free. So with Busy, just get the free plan where you only have to pay the state fee, and they'll set that up for you. So while you're setting that up, if it's either with the Secretary of State or Busy, you're going to want to choose an NICS code. And my recommendation for this is choosing a low risk NICS code like education 611000 or marketing 541613. The reason for this is because this is what the bank is going to see when you apply for credit with them. They're going to see if you have a high risk industry on your credit like cannabis or like car rental or anything of that nature. They're going to see, oh, this is a high risk industry. We're not going to give them any credit. So you kind of want to formulate your NICS code to match what you do, but also be low risk. So for example, if you're an online coach and you do fitness coaching, let's just say you do fitness and you provide fitness programs for people, you can put that under a consulting NICS code because you're technically a consultant giving information to people and coaching them through fitness. And the NICS code for that is 541611. I know that by heart because that's my NICS code for one of my businesses that I use for consulting. So I highly recommend consulting. It's like a broad, if you're actually working with clients and you're talking to people and it's a real business where you communicate with customers, you can technically use it as consulting because that's basically what you are. You're consulting your client's needs and you're giving them solutions. So consulting is like a catch-all that you can use for most businesses. The next thing I would recommend is getting your operating agreement. You're not going to automatically get this when you register your business. You can simply create this by using a site like ChatGPT or FormSwift. FormSwift is going to basically give you a template and you enter all your information, your address, phone number, email, everything, and then they're going to make operating agreement for your business stating the type of business it is and the form of your business and the structure and everything that involves with your business, the business plan, everything, all the services you provide, everything. So usually sometimes when you go to a bank, they're going to ask for your operating agreement and you can provide that for them. So that wraps up the legal formation of your LLC. That's the nitty gritty of actually forming your LLC. Next, we're going to talk about the business EIN number. So an EIN is basically like your business social security number. You can obtain the EIN number from the IRS website. You go to irs.gov/EIN and you can get your EIN number for free after you registered your business on the Secretary of State. And then once you do that, they're going to send you literally that same second that you finish applying for the EIN, they'll give it to you right away. And now you have your business EIN. That's what you use when you apply for business credit when you go to the banks. And another number that you want to get is the DUNS number. So the DUNS number you get from Dun & Bradstreet for free. If they're charging you for this, they try to usually upsell you on different plans that they have to maybe monitor your business. You don't need to do any of that. Simply just get the Dun & Bradstreet number for free by going to dnb.com. And there you can get your DUNS number. It's probably going to take a while for it to generate because your business has to be put into the whole system, the whole Secretary of State system, and DMB is not going to get that right away. It's going to take some time for them to get it. So give them some patience when it comes to getting your DUNS number. And something that will help is this third and final point that will get your business listed everywhere faster. So you want to add your business to business listings. This is going to be Yelp, 411, and technically the 411 is basically listyourself.net. So you go to that website and you can list your business on the 411 directory. You're going to also want to create a Google business profile where people, if they search your business name on Google, it will pop up your business phone number and your business email and your business address. You want to be Googleable because the more Googleable and findable you are, the more that you guys can get credit from these banks. So next, you want to sign up with Angie, put your business on Angie. If you provide services, honestly, if you do anything, just put your business on Angie. And then also Bing Places is basically like the Google business profile. For those that don't use Google, they use Bing. You're going to pop up for them when they search your business on Bing. That is for the business identification and findability. So go ahead and do that. Make sure your business is findable so you guys can get access to funds and honestly just get more clients. If nobody can find you on the internet, then you're not going to be able to get more clients. So this is honestly for the best of your business to be able to grow it and get credit. So go ahead and do that. Next, I want to talk about banking setup. And this is one of the most important things because we need, as soon as we make the business, we want to separate your personal expenses and income from your business expenses and income. So we're going to either want to set up a free checking account. I would consider banks like Bluevine Novo, Relay, or an Amex business checking account, and you can get these accounts all for free and have no annual fees, no maintenance fees, all for free. So my biggest recommendation would probably be Bluevine, Relay, or Amex business checking. Let me break these down step by step. Bluevine, I would recommend it because it's free once again, and when you use this account a lot, they actually have a business credit card and they have a business line of credit. So if you're putting a lot of money in this account, spending a lot, generating revenue, doing a lot with this account, then you'll get access to the business credit card. Of course, you have to apply for it, but if they're seeing all this information in-house in the Bluevine system, they're going to be more inclined to approve for the business credit card and the business line of credit. So Bluevine is a go. Novo doesn't have that, and Relay doesn't have that. My recommendation, if you want to go with the Relay account, would be if you have multiple employees or you have multiple different expense accounts or income coming in. So with Relay, the reason I tell you guys is because with Relay, you can have a lot of virtual accounts. So you can create as many business bank accounts as you need and get as many business debit cards as you need for your business. So if you have a reason to get a lot of debit cards, go with Relay. They're going to be your best bet when opening a lot of debit cards for your business. And then finally, I would recommend Amex for those who want to build a long-term relationship with a great institution, because if you're putting a lot of money in the Amex business checking account, they're going to see that, and they're going to also approve you for a business line of credit and all of the business credit cards that they have at American Express. So this is honestly the best play. Out of all of them, I would recommend the Amex business checking account. It's the best institution on here because you get access to their whole lineup of business cards and business lines of credit. So go ahead and open any of these accounts that suits you the best. Then if you want to build a bigger relationship with a bigger bank, these are my recommendations. If you can, open an account with Chase, either Navy Federal, Bank of America. If you guys have PNC where you're from, open that, or Truist for long-term relationships. I know most people may not have access to PNC or Truist because they're not in all 50 states, but with Chase, Navy Federal, and Bank of America, you definitely can. Out of all these, I would highly recommend Chase and or Navy Federal because they're just great institutions that have great business credit cards and great business products. So go ahead and open an account with one of those. Finally, you're going to want to have diversity when it comes to bank accounts. You don't want to be monogamous when it comes to business bank accounts. You want to have a lot. You want to have at least one with the national bank, at least one with the regional bank, and a credit union. So I would highly recommend getting with a national bank, getting Chase and Amex. For a regional bank, going with PNC or Truist, and then the credit union, highly recommend Navy Federal or a local credit union near you that you know is good with business banking. So that's my recommendation for your banking setup for your LLC. Finally, I just want to recap of the essential documents that you guys will need for your LLC. So the articles of organization is basically once you fill out the application on the Secretary of State or through Busy, they're going to send you your articles of organization, which basically states the name of your business, the address, the registered agent, and the date that you formed your business. This is very important because banks a lot of times are going to ask you what was the date that you formed your business so they can know how long you have been in business. So this is very important to have at all times. Usually when you go open a bank account in person, they're going to ask you for your articles of organization. Next essential document is going to be the EIN. We talked about this. You guys can go to irs.gov/EIN and you're going to get the EIN right away. Same business day. Literally as soon as you submit the application, you're going to get your EIN. And that's one of the most important documents that you need when it comes to your LLC. Finally, the operating agreement. Like I said before, you guys can get this through ChatGPT. Simply ask it, make an operating agreement for my business name is this, and the services I provide are this. Boom, it's going to give you all that. Or you can go through FormSwift. It's another cheap alternative that you guys can use when getting an operating agreement. So those are the 3 essential documents that I recommend you guys have. Of course, there's more. You guys can create a business plan. You guys can do a bunch of other things, but these are the 3 main ones that I highly recommend that you guys have when you create your LLC. The final steps is basically just review and double check that all the documents and all the filings that you did are accurate. Then you're going to want to just organize all the documents that you have, keep them in a secure place and somewhere where it's easily accessible if you want to print them out so you always have them, so you can take them to the bank whenever you want to open a business bank account. You can print them out, or you can have them in a folder in your computer that has all of these documents. Either way works, or just have both, so you're always prepared for either which thing that you have to do. And then plan, set reminders for important dates, like if you have to do an annual filing for your business. It depends on your state, but every year you're going to have to do an annual filing to keep your business active. For example, in Georgia, I paid $100 to set it up, and then every year after that I have to pay $50 to keep the business active. So I make sure that I'm on top of that every year. And something that I didn't even mention that for you guys is something that recently just came out. If you're watching to the end of the video, you just saved yourself from a lot of money, because there's a new thing called the BOI report, the FinCEN BOI report. This is basically a report that you have to do within 30 days of creating your business, or you will get charged like $500 a day if you don't make this report within 30 days. So you want to do this as soon as you get your business. So you're going to want to go on, I think it's fincen.com, or just look up BOI report, FinCEN. And FinCEN is basically the financial crimes network that now created this BOI report for all businesses to be able to know who is the owner of the business. So basically on the BOI report, it's going to ask you all the owners of the business. If you're the only owner, how much ownership do you have? If there's multiple owners, how much percentage of ownership does each owner have? And then where that owner lives and everything. So now they're getting really strict. For example, like businesses like that were in Delaware, Nevada, that had a lot of anonymous owners. Now with FinCEN and this BOI report, they're making people submit it, or they're going to be charged a lot of money, because there's a lot of crime going on with money laundering, or them not knowing who is the actual owner of businesses. So make sure you guys fill that out and you have that BOI FinCEN report, because if not, if for some reason they say that you didn't fill it out, they're going to literally charge you $500 a day for however many days that you don't fill it out. So please make sure that you go do that. I don't want any of you guys to be having to pay that ridiculous amount of money just to have an LLC. So if you guys enjoyed all of that sauce, if I dropped any bars, if I taught you guys how to create an LLC literally step by step today, go ahead, leave a like on the video. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be dropping videos like this every single week on anything credit, business credit, making money with credit, personal credit, all things credit and financial literacy. I'm going to be dropping on this video. So if that interests you in any way, shape, or form, go ahead, subscribe, leave a like, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.